That is a super grandmaster move if I've ever seen one.
Yes, Alireza Firouzja, the most exciting player in this Tata Steel Chess Tournament, just destroyed two-time World Chess Championship challenger Jan Nepomniatchtchi. And he did it with this opening rubbish, the Van Geet opening, knight to c3. This was Nepo's reaction when he returned to the board and saw what Alireza had played. What excuse me, played. What an absolute classic reaction, and it's classic Alireza. So exciting. This is round 12 of the Tata Steel Masters, the business end of the tournament. So Jan goes knight f6 in response. We get d4, d5, and now bishop f4. The Jobava London system. Like a London, but you've got this clumsy knight on c3. So you can't set up the pawn triangle, you know, the old party hat formation, think that kind of thing. So instead, black's the one to strike at the centre with c5, tried and tested. We get e3 supporting, Jan goes for the early exchange, pawn recaptures, bishop g4, a top move here. You know, Daniel Naroditsky talked about that in the commentary box with Robert Hess, but Jan goes for a6. Decent move, you know, that's a key square for two minor pieces of white. Now we get knight f3, then bishop g4, and Alireza goes h3, puts the question. Now we see an immediate captures. Why didn't the bishop drop back? Well, Alireza wants g4, as we're going to see, so don't encourage it. Captures played, queen takes back, and knight c6. Pressures the centre immediately, the knight's been removed, and so look at this from white, we get castles queenside. What an absolutely stunning variation. You know, different to the usual boring Roy Lopez, blah, blah, blah. This is exciting chess. So e6 is now played. g4 from Alireza. He wants to kill Nepo on the king side. So what does Nepo do? Well, attack on the queen side here. Starting with bishop d6. Natural development. And Alireza says, no thank you. I don't want to trade bishops. I want to keep my pair of snipers here. Plus this one supports the centre. And Nepo carries on with queen to a5. Very natural attacking idea here. So always play king b1. Alireza knows his stuff. And now the Silicon Overlord, it wants b5, rook c8, that kind of thing. And they look very, very natural moves, to be honest. You know, it's easy with an engine. But I like to think those are the main moves I'd be playing first. Nepo starts with knight b4, however, looks slightly odd to foray forward with the knight here before bringing a few more pieces in. And now a great move by Alireza, he does some prophylaxis with bishop c1. Not only bringing that one back to defend the king side here, support pawn to a3, but he also opens up the queen laterally. So Nepo goes rook c8 now, and there's a very dangerous attacking idea. Simply to take that knight on c3, you know, give an exchange, remove the defender of this pawn, crash through, deliver mate. This is one of the points of the move, of course. So a3, forced. You have to drive back the knight. And these sacrifices with takes on c2, that kind of thing, not working. Reminds me of an Alireza game he played recently against Vidit. Did go on to lose, but great sacrifice. So the knight meekly returns, but okay, you've induced the weakness. This is Nepo's point. g5 from Alireza. Of course, the knight can't sally forth here. It's got to retreat, which it does. And now pawn h4. What an exciting variation this Jobava London is. Absolutely love it. And now again, this is a bit strange to me from Nepo. You know, b5 looks so natural. Threaten b4, right? Use that whole pawn as a hook and everything. And then maybe white goes knight a2. Decent defensive move, covering b4, opening the queen. It's just an interesting game. But Nepo goes queen to b6 here, standing in the way of his b-pawn. Now it pressures the centre plus the king, but the tactics are working nicely for white. Alireza, he just ignores correctly. He can go h5 here. That's the very top engine move. He goes bishop h3, also a good one, and he's setting up some really nasty ideas of knight takes on d5. The bishop's eyeing the knight, the rooks could be coming to the centre, and so on. I won't go too deep. We see the ideas in a moment. Now, what does Nepo do here? Well, you might be wondering about bishop takes on a3. That's just the free pawn, right? This one's pinned. Well, then there is knight takes d5, great move, opening the queen, or there's also this one. Hit the queen here. Once it moves somewhere, it can come forward, doesn't matter. Well, now the queen takes that bishop. We can see the point of bishop c1 earlier. Fantastic move. So these ones not working. That's why we see instead knight takes on d4. Why has Alireza sacrificed the pawn? Well, this is his point. He launches an attack. Now, he can play this move immediately. It's very interesting. But he plays queen e3. I need to stop saying interesting. I sound like Kramnik if he's suspicious of a game, right? So here we see queen e3 played, setting up this pin. And the best move for black, and basically the only move to keep a kind of equilibrium, is knight to b5. Now, the queen is covered by this knight. You're not shedding a knight there. White's best response is this move of takes on d5, using that pin. This is one of the points of the queen on e3. If takes, recaptures, you've got a decent endgame. If not takes, queen c6, threatening a big check here, queen covers. Well, the game goes on, knight e3 back, white a little better with the bishops, the king still not castled, but it's a game. But, however, Nepo didn't go for knight b5, he played bishop e5. Yes, it supports the knight, you can't take anymore and literally drop a piece, but what are you doing after this fantastic move of pawn to f4? By the way, if you were looking at knight takes on d5 there, also a great move, just a different variation. Now, this is Nepo's point. If he moves the bishop, of course he's just losing a minor piece, right? So what he does here is smash through with the rook, queen recaptures, and then he opens up the discovery of the bishop with knight to b5. Now, there is a beautiful harmony here. This knight's supporting the bishop, so no captures here. This knight's now threatening to take here with check. The pawn is pinned. The queen is hit. And Nepo offers an entire rook. Now, you would never want to do this because this is just terrible. You're material down like what? A rook. But this was Nepo's point. If check, king e7, give the entire rook, yes, but crash through and it's a huge attack. Now, the engine says this is no better than a draw. The line goes on and on and on, but apparently this can lead to a draw. White can now take here or go king b1. All roads lead to Rome. According to the engine, it gives zeros, draw. But of course, if black missteps, then white could be better. Equally, if white missteps, you get mated. But okay, that would have been the idea if Alireza went after the rook. But this is the moment when he plays a very classy, super grandmaster move, queen to f3.
How professional the move queen f3 is. That is a super grandmaster move if I've ever seen one.
Daniel Naroditsky loving this one. He's just saying, right, do your best, bro. I'm now attacking your bishop. It's got to go somewhere. Nepo moves to d4 and then simply king a2. Alireza just cool as a cucumber here, stepping the king to some safety. Where's the follow-up? You're in exchange down. White's got the bishop pair. So Nepo goes g6. Not entirely sure of the point of that. Maybe keeping an eye on h5 or something, or these pawn pushes. But Alireza cracks on anyway, taking a tin opener to the black king side. We get knight c5, and now I love this next move. There's some awesome backwards retreating bishop moves in this one. Bishop f1 now played, preparing simply to exchange one of the attacking pieces and opening the eyes of the rook on h1. So knight e4 from Nepo, top move. Alireza simply captures this one with check, pawn recaptures, and now he takes on g6. And the crazy thing is, the most natural move in the world, h takes g6, fails to a stunning tactic. If If you want to pause here, test your tactical ability, then please do so. So you can see the bar on the left is way up. And it's for this move. Very well done if you found bishop to e3. Now the point is, if the bishop is captured, well, you've left the defense of the rook. So you now lose this one. You're a double exchange down. Okay, so what if you don't capture the bishop? What if you capture the rook here on h1? Well, then there's this in-betweener, or Zwischenzug, as you'd say in the German way. And the point is, you're attacking the queen. So yes, the rook can take here, but because you're not capturing with check, then white takes here. You're a queen for a rook to the good. And obviously, if you decide to move the queen, let's say, well, then we capture here, or I think this is even stronger going with the queen, and you are a rook ahead. So the tactics work for white. Very lovely combinations. So f takes g6 played for those reasons. Alireza now centralizes this rook. Look at the cannons blasting down the center of the board, and Nepo capitulates. He should castle that king, finally, but it looks very scary to do so, of course. Instead, he plays rook f8, and it leads to a killer move, ends the game on the spot, queen d3 from Alireza Firouzja. He wins the game, as we can see on the left. Nepo resigns. Why? Well, this piece is pressured twice, right? About to drop. So say you retreat it somewhere, doesn't matter, you know, h8 for example. Well, now bang, you simply sack an exchange and you can't even recapture unless you want to get checkmated in one. These are the problems, right? Nothing you can do. White killing it. Alireza wins. Don't know the full standings yet. The round is still going on, but it is getting so tight at the top. This guy is exciting. Really can't wait to see what he does in the candidates. I love that he's there instead of Wesley. Sorry, Wesley, but I do. Chess like this. Very, very exciting. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I hope you enjoyed this one. For another epic game, have a look at the video on screen, and I'll see you soon.